Title: My wife left after I lost my construction company. You're a broke loser, she said. At 48, I donated life fluid for $50. The nurse checked my sample and froze. Sir, your life fluid is R-null golden fluid. Start: I was 48 when everything collapsed. My company, my marriage, my pride, gone in less than 6 months. One bad investment, one dishonest partner, and the empire I built from dust turned back to dust. She left 2 days after the bankruptcy filing. No tears, no hesitation. Just her perfume lingering by the door as she said, "You're a broke loser, Mark. I can't live like this." I didn't stop her, I just watched. Because when someone shows you who they truly are, you don't beg, you remember. 3 weeks later, I was sitting in a dingy clinic donating life fluid for $50. The fluorescent light buzzed like it was mocking me. My shoes had holes. My hands smelled of concrete that would never set again. The nurse, a young woman, polite, practiced, took my sample, labeled it, and disappeared behind a door. A minute passed, then 5, then 10. When she returned, her face had changed. Her voice trembled. "Sir, please wait here. Don't leave." She vanished again. Moments later, a man in a white coat rushed in. Older, deliberate, wearing urgency like armor. "Mr. Harlan," he said, "we've run your panel twice. You have R-null blood. Only 43 people on Earth have it. It's priceless." I blinked. "What does that mean?" "It means," he said carefully, "your life fluid can save anyone's life, including a billionaire in Monaco who will not survive another 48 hours. His family is offering," he hesitated, $5 million for a compatible donor." I laughed, a dry, hollow sound. "5 million?" He nodded. "But that's not all. We also ran your DNA and found something shocking." He handed me the report. My eyes caught one name, buried deep in the results. Aubrey Vail, my wife's maiden name. Next to it, biological child, male, age 7. I didn't have a son, not with her. She told me she was infertile, said it like a wound she carried. I believed her. For 10 years I believed her. But the math added up. 7 years old. Around the time I took that business trip to Dubai. Around the time she got close to my business partner, Eric Vail. I remember the way they laughed once at a dinner, too comfortably. The way he defended her opinions more than his own. I buried the suspicion then, because love, real or imagined, blinds like welding light. Now I had proof, and money, and time. The first thing I did was disappear. I sold the old truck, bought a new identity through channels I'd used when I was in construction procurement. People who made things happen quietly. With the Monaco deal, I walked away with $4.8 million after taxes and processing fees. Cash, offshore, untraceable. Then I started watching. Aubrey had remarried. To Eric Vail. They lived in a glass house on the coast. Expensive cars, designer smiles, their son, my son, playing in the yard. I watched from a distance for weeks. At first, the anger burned hot. Then it cooled into something sharper. I didn't want her back. I wanted her exposed. I began my groundwork like a demolition plan. Precise, slow, inevitable. First, I reached out to an old accountant friend, Roger, the one she thought I'd fired. I asked him to look into Eric's finances. He found exactly what I expected. Embezzlement. Millions siphoned from investors through shell companies, all under Aubrey's signature. Next, I bought a small tech firm, quietly, the kind that specialized in data recovery and cyber forensics. Then I hacked her life apart. Emails, recordings, messages. The kind of secrets people keep in drafts, thinking no one looks there. She had plenty. Affairs, fake charities, private accounts. Every sin she'd ever hidden, neatly cataloged and time-stamped. The final act needed an audience. I waited until their company's annual investor gala, a glass ballroom, full of champagne and false sincerity. I wore a suit that fit better than anything I'd ever owned. No one recognized me. The beard helped. When the speeches began, I slipped the USB to the event's projectionist. I'd already paid him double his month's salary. As Eric raised his glass and thanked the crowd for their trust and partnership, the screen behind him flickered. Then came the emails, the transfers, the affair photos. Her voice on recordings laughing about how Mark was too stupid to notice. The room fell silent. Eric's face drained of color. Aubrey's hand trembled, gripping his sleeve like he could stop the flood. Then came the final file, a paternity test. Their son, my blood, my name. The crowd turned to look at them. Investors walked out. Cameras flashed. I didn't stay to see the rest. But I heard later Eric was arrested within the week. Fraud, money laundering, tax evasion. Aubrey filed for divorce again. Only this time, there was no one left to run to. I bought a small cabin in the mountains. Quiet place, cold air, no noise but wind through pine. Sometimes I get calls from hospitals asking if I'll donate again. I do. Not for the money now, for the irony. They call it golden fluid. I call it what it really is, leverage. I never reached out to the boy. He's innocent in their web. Maybe one day, when he's old enough to ask questions, he'll find answers waiting in a sealed envelope I left with my lawyer. Until then, I build again. Not towers, not companies, control. People think revenge is fire. It's not. It's precision. You measure, plan, and cut clean. Aubrey taught me that, and I'll never thank her for it, but I'll never forget. The world took my company, my marriage, and my name. I took back everything else, with one drop of golden blood.